A merchant in the Middle East was once casually walking through a market looking at things of interest that he could buy when his eyes spotted something spectacular, something that he always cherished to have, something that he already had a huge collection of. It would be lovely to add this one to my collection as well, the merchant thought. It was a fine camel, up for sale at the marketplace. Both the merchant and the camel seller were great negotiators. They went back and forth and finally agreed upon a price. The camel seller, being very pleased with his ability to get a fantastic price, parted with the camel. And the merchant? Well, he thought he had struck a fantastic bargain and he proudly walked back home with the latest addition to his large livestock. When he reached home, the merchant realized that the padded saddle on the camel was very heavy. He called his assistant to come and take the saddle off from the camel. As the assistant removed the saddle, he found hidden under it a small velvet pouch. When he opened it, he was wonderstruck to see that it was filled with precious jewels. Excited, he said to the merchant, "Sir, you brought a camel home, but look what came along with it, for free." The merchant was astonished to see the high-quality jewels sparkling in the palms of the assistant. The merchant said to him, "Say, I bought only the camel, not the jewels. I must immediately go back and return these to the camel seller." The assistant was like, "Are you kidding me, sir? If you keep them, no one will ever know." The merchant headed right back to the market and handed over the velvet pouch back to the camel seller. The camel seller had forgotten that he had kept the jewels in the saddle to keep them safe and was beside himself with joy on having received them back. Impressed with this gesture of the merchant, he made an offer that the merchant could choose any one of the jewels and keep it as a reward. The merchant replied, "I paid a fair price just for the camel. Thank you for your offer, but I don't think I need any reward." On the persistent insistence of the camel seller, the merchant sheepishly smiled and said, "Actually, when I decided to bring the pouch back to you, I already took two of the most precious jewels and kept them for myself." The camel seller was a bit taken aback by this confession and quickly emptied the pouch to count the jewels. Now, he was even more bewildered because all the jewels were still there, exactly the same as before he sold the camel. He asked the merchant, "All my jewels are here, sir. Which two jewels did you keep?" "The two most precious and lucky ones," replied the merchant. "The two lucky stones that can change one's life. My integrity and my self-respect." Ladies and gentlemen, when we live by what is right, we may lose a thing, but gain trust. When we live by what is right, we may lose a thing, but sleep well. When we live by what is right, we may lose a thing, but achieve deep satisfaction. When we live by what is right, we may lose a thing, but acquire great reputation. When we live by what is right, we may lose a thing, but inspire others to live by what is right and create a legacy. Which is why I always say, integrity means doing the right things, even when no one is watching.